God be the glory, great things He has done. So loved He the world that He gave us His Son. We live His life and atonement for sin. Live in the life faith that all may go with. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord. Redemption, the purchase of blood, Seven. Seven. Should ye say something? I am with thee, O be not dismayed. D is the first part of the word. Basically, what this is titled is seven things that our lives will do these seven things. And they're basically rules of what makes us good, what makes us, what makes us happy, all these things. And there are basically, when I found out the internet was seven, and I, because what they were talking about is in your personal life, what are the seven things that, and the first thing that I want to bring up is that they brought up, which is peace. That is one of, that's the first thing that this article mentions. And it says it's rule number one. If you don't have peace, the other things can't. Your life can't go right. And we have so many different ways that peace affects us. So many different things that and it is the one that's at peace. The other things on this house. Writer says, protect your peace. I used to become really affected by my surroundings. If my space was negative, I had to work hard not to spiral into a negative mindset. The truth is, life isn't easy, and remaining in our clean comfort zone doesn't open the window for change. The more confident you grow in the love you have for yourself, realize that you're strong enough to walk in a room where the tension is thick and maintain. When you protect your peace and then balance your emotions and manage relationships and stressful situations, this will help you develop self-confidence and come to terms with yourself so that you can achieve inner peace and cultivate more positive attitude. And I thought that was really good advice. And the thing is that this is a model. What I say is, where did they get these? Where did they come up with? Sound familiar to me? What is the oldest book they how to have peace? Bible. And so then we look in Isaiah. So let's turn to Isaiah 26. I will volunteer. My voice is doing much better. Whatever it takes. Jessica, Isaiah 26. 1.
In that day, we have a strong city, God makes salvation. Open the gates that the righteous nation can. Nation that knows faith will keep peace. Minds are steadfast. Trust in the Lord forever.
So it's in the Old Testament. We'll find kind of Isaiah. It is the advice book of peace. Yeah. So I wanted to trust. Again, trust in the Lord forever. For the Lord Himself is the rock. So if you put your basis of peace on I put my peace based upon that's not rocky because my friends are going to have difficulties. All of my trust is I put it all in her and I failed her so she was back. I started it, but then I'm out of back. So then and my peace is based on so that if in that person, that relationship is right basis, then all of a sudden your peace. What I'm saying is God is rock or your peace based on what God says. And then the rocky moments now may be a little uncertain, but you're still at peace. Because God gives us that perfect peace. And I'd like to turn to Philippians 4 and for another Philippians in the New Testament. There may be, I'll surprise you later. Philippians 4, 6, and 7.
Not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Peace of God, which transcends all understanding, guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus.
Right. Oh, you heard the words of God, but now you heard the words of God. This is cementing of what I was saying. That peace comes from God. And when you get it, people, You get it, fans of the Bible. When you get this peace that passes understanding, it's based on a rock, and it can't hold can't lose peace when you're centered on God first, everything else second. And it's simple but difficult. When we go through our lives, there are so many external things that can upset our that we have to reevaluate. Breath, think my peace comes from God. I can get anything happen. Get through God as your rock. Doesn't matter what. And you may not always back to that basis. Treat yourself at peace. One, God. But successful. And it depends on peace. Share about anybody have something to share about peace of God? That's gotten you through a rough time, or that you are currently praying and striving.
I think that like, anxious, like in every situation. It's like Thanksgiving is the way you think, so okay, what am I grateful for? Put it in your life. Let's not forget Thanksgiving. Things to have, but it's Thanksgiving. That's always the time of year for
Right. Right.
that kind of things.
Every day. Every day is the day. Every day is the day to be thankful to God for the peace that you have. Because this world doesn't provide you peace. Has anybody got a great story of peace that you have received? No, not really. Not really. So peace is something that God gives us. We make it part of our internal, and then God is good. He's amazing. You have to let him in. Right. Any more on peace? Okay, here's the next one that is advised to us. Make it in this life and have a happy, successful life. And it is my struggle right now, and that's why this message spoke strongly to me. Second one is health. You need to take care of your health. Nobody else is responsible. It will make you happy. It will make you sad. You're not. And I attest to that. Easy to be happy. It's good to be at peace. So here's what they said for the worldly advice. So many of us take our health for granted until something life-changing happens and our health comes at risk. With good health, anything is possible. Without it, you cannot live life. It is vital to take care of your mind, body, and soul. Pay attention to what your body is telling you. Take control of your overall health. Eat healthy and exercise daily to minimize preventable illnesses and the stress that may be keeping you from enjoying life. Now, I've had some, all of everything. It's in the not good health category. So I experienced that probably to the fullest that I've ever done. And what that taught me is that with the changes that I made in my life, medication and whatever those changes were, I am way happy to do things that a healthy body can do. And I would encourage all of you to think that. Take that into your life also, because this is the advice for from the world. Where did you get it? Pattern. Where do you suppose that they got this advice? What is the oldest book that you go to that would have advice on health? Bible. Right. Let's turn to 1 Timothy 4 and read 6 through 8. 1 Timothy 4, 6. Renee's going to read for us.
Point these things out to the sisters. Together, something about something. This is going
So the message here is physical training has a benefit, right? So even the Bible is saying your physical training has benefit. Yes. Anybody pick out what it's for? It says it right in front of us. Physical training is of some value. Yep. Godliness has value in all things. For both present life and the life to come. For right now, yeah, that life they're talking about that Lord, they life now and life in this. I think that it's hinting towards your physical right now and so physical training says right here, one that I wanted to bring out is for physical training is of some value. I've mentioned. Let's turn to 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 9. And I will read this one. 1 Corinthians 9:20. Starting at 20. 1 Corinthians 9, starting at 20. Do you not know that in a race all runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the games goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will not last, but we do it to get a crown that will last ever. Therefore, I do not run like someone running even. Not speaking about actual running. Therefore, I do not run like someone running aimlessly. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified from the prize. All right, someone summarize this. Now it has a physical thing that it's talking about, but it's talking about something that's wonderful. One of the two things, physical and what is the other? Spiritual. It's running a spiritual race. Therefore, I do not run my spiritual life as someone running aimlessly. And I don't just pick and choose. I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body and make it my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I myself will not be disqualified. So then here again, another little passage about this. Since we're in Corinthians, that's not too far away. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 3. And we'll start in 16, and I will read this. Don't you know that you yourselves are God's temple, and that God's Spirit dwells in your midst? If anyone destroys God's temple, what is God's temple? Be yourself. If anyone destroys God's temple, God will destroy that person, for God's temple is sacred, and you have together are that. So once again, it's saying, well, you're not just your own, you're God's. Where does God live? Yes. So take care of the meat. Make the physical good. Make the temple best as you can by doing this. Have another one. And it's 1 Corinthians 6. And I'm going to start in 19. 1 Corinthians 6, 19. Oh, okay. Anybody at 1 Corinthians 6, 19 and 1? Not know bodies. Study, and you know what? Stop. Here at the temple, makes your body run race. If you had something else, something that I'm holding in my hand is God. This God. I have, and it's also goes with when I was in the hospital. Let me tell you, that wasn't that. But I did have God's peace. So, all right, we have the third thing for today, and we'll save the other four for next time. Last thing that we're going to be addressing today is purpose. Purpose is our favorite view. You don't have purpose, right? And if you don't recognize what your purpose is, you search. Here's what the earth team advice is. It drives our every action and fuels our passion. It encompasses our work, our relationships, and our approach to living our best lives. Our purpose wraps around everything we do in our lives. Live a fulfilling life. We must have a purpose, a goal, an outcome we want to achieve as we walk this earth. I feel like I truly started living when I found my purpose. It's a never-ending journey that I wake up excited about every single day. You can call it your dreams, career aspirations, or your own definition of success. But if you really want to make a change in this world, you have to begin with yourself. So dig deep to find out what you're passionate about and how that passion can make a positive impact on those around you. Then go after it the rest of your life. It means living life legacy. Live your life in an intentional way. I like how this is just great. So if we have a purpose, and of course, what does God say about it? How do I find out my actual underlying most telling thing that is giving myself purpose? What does the Bible say? I've already got two good advices. I will about the other. First thing that I would recommend you do is read the stories of four Bible characters. There's four of them. One is Abraham. He found his purpose. One is Moses. Anybody know what Moses' purpose was? Everything that he did to serve God. I mean, that's what it came back to, is that he was serving God. What about David? His purpose was to serve God. And Paul, Paul who was Saul, he had a purpose in life, and it went from a bad purpose to a good purpose. And those four guys found their purpose. They didn't necessarily all right. Paul's important. Any big Paul had. But when we are looking for a purpose, and in the Bible, it gives us the example where people had purpose and serving that purpose. That's how we're going to get our relationship with God, peace, and then health. And the first thing that you should do, pray, God, looking for this Christ. Read about those other guys, see the example of what they gave us for people. Each individual has a not all of us, some course, it's not my natural. It's not. Every time that I lead, I try to lead it high enough so that it's Alex leads about everything. There are a couple, but that's not my main purpose within this body. My purpose is well, but that guides the path. And I prayed for it, and I spent a year, and I said, Renee, 1 year, anything that anybody ever says to me about Christian life. Well, that was good and mistake, because saying yes to everything that God asks you to do was crazy. I got so busy. And then when I did that, though, then I learned that this is where am. It's been a labor of love. Love my purpose in God's life. And not everybody is. Right. So then we start by praying, and then second is we seek personal relationship with God. You're going to find your purpose. You have to have a personal relationship. That's most important. Try to find your make sense? Anybody else have any other kind of advice?
It's like these
Yep.
ads of others. Yes.
God says in the scripture, work, what does he say? Work as if you're working for God. So that he even gives us that advice of if I had personal relationship with God, I would know that he wants me to do my work, but I must do that. Then those around us, you have happiness and say the chance that you get God that God that you give God the glory on everything. That is part of my being. And if you also are doing purpose is if your purpose is God, then all things that you should earlier I heard an example of somebody that went to McDonald's and they got water. Then everybody else around them soda their soda water cup looks what and wait. So well, lemonade or whatever. When you whatever you take that you can take, then that's a step back. And the purpose of the person who takes water and they drink just water is to keep your body healthy. It kind of tied in the whatever went off the tangent. So, sometimes your purpose is to work hard and provide money, or your purpose is to help your neighbor. Sometimes your purpose is to whatever it is that you do for Him, God. We do all things. Don't just pray. And that I think that these things are very key. Having help. Like you're on earth. Just so happens that unhealthy. Right. Right. Thoughts carry out wanting that whatever reason and something else never I don't know how many rock stars start off, but they start off with purpose. I want fame, and then you get it, and it's like, well, that's not success. It really didn't feel so that was purpose, but I gotta find something else. And we all hope that they would turn it out. A lot of times they turn to other things. And let's talk about money. Your purpose is to make the biggest bankroll that you possibly get. What what does that do? That, and focus centered on God and then guide what because this is something that I searched and I was like, what we're supposed to say. I'm just gonna say yes. And it hurt. Well, well, you all join me on that because someone happened to mention, oh man, we really need a director. Would you like to do it? Yes. So I directed him, and you all were there, and I felt good once it was done. Again, but I felt good about what was done, and I felt good about how all of you answered me and said, "Know that this was this group was the group list of experienced kids at session." And there were other people that came all over, but are the family of Christ that joined us and were whoever, whether it's now or it just is a promise that we had that we joined together for a short time that we were all aiming at the same purpose. I just felt God's I did it, but we didn't get it. All right, that's what I had for today. Do we have any other comments on these subjects? Peace, health, purpose. I'd like to hear what you next. Okay, the other four is learning, love, they have healthcare on here, but I don't know that I'd actually call it. But you need good healthcare. Time management. So, time management is one that love is another learning. See, learning is seven most important things. When you stop learning, when you stop learning, then works. Great. That's what I had. Alex, so lead us in for Lord's Supper.
I serve a risen Savior, He's in the world today. I know that He is there. Just as I might need Him, He's always near. In the Jesus lives.
nights are away. You it's so amazing, so good. Jesus lives. Walks with me. No one gives away. Salvation to and find. Be there.
Then Jesus said to his disciples, anyone who would come after me, he must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow. Whoever wants to save his life, whoever loses his life will be. What good will it be for a man if he gains his soul? What can man give in exchange for his soul? The Son of Man is going to come of his then he will tell you some who are standing here from the days of heaven. What was able to escape the memories that died? But all of this is things. They are following Jesus.
Father, we want to come together and at this time focus our thoughts and our spirits on fulfilling your word in this life. So thank you for sacrificing your son. It's a way for us to bring ourselves closer and to focus our hearts and minds on your
And this secondary service portal given themselves story thing Christ sent them the lamp of heaven sent Lord, thank you for the lessons that to us, not just on carry but everything. Thank you. Small that are just the things that give to us. Know that set off perfect our sins. That we are striving servants of yours. We know that we are cheerful givers and that we are able to affect those around us. Last
76. 976.
Glory, hallelujah. I
Planted by the water. Which we did is planted by the water. Earth, I shall not be moved. No one has saved me, shall not be moved. Jesus will not be me, I shall not be moved, just like a tree that's planted by the waters. I shall not be moved. Though the tempest rages, I shall not be moved. Shall be moved. Get right, church, and let's go home. Get right, church, and let's go home.
Get your love, back green and get your love.
For you come together once more today to thank you for this chance that we've had to come and discuss your word and to grow in our bond with each other and grow in our bond with you. I want to ask that we take the concepts and lessons that we learned here today and every week and just we'll work to apply them to our daily lives.
All right, let's work on this here. Stop the
Hello.
recording. Hello.